Hello everyone, welcome back. This is 𝗦𝗠𝗖𝗓 from Man United fans voice. Wolves 0, Manchester United 1. Let's try and analyze the game, talk about the main talking points, see how the game unfolded and what those 3 points mean for United going forward. I can't emphasize enough how glad I am that that game is done. Wolves, and especially away, have always been a pain. And it is also very important, not just for United, but for every team that is challenging for the title to be able to get the 3 points even in games where they haven't played that well. I admit it wasn't a good performance, but just remember how many games like that have we dropped points in recent years. That was exactly the type of game where last season we would have probably left frustrated because we would have probably dropped points as a result of some stupid mistake that led to some stupid goal. 7 points out of 9, 7 points out of our first 3 games is much better than what we started last season, and it's a good way to go into the international break now. If you play badly but you win, then you have the opportunity to go to training and try and fix the things that went wrong. If you play badly but you lose, you don't have the opportunity to go to training and try and fix your dropped points. Now let's go to the formation and the lineup. So United started yesterday's game with the same 4-2-3 formation, but last weekend's pivot of Matic and Fred was replaced by Pogba and Fred. But that very quickly proved to be a very bad idea. And the main reason for that, in my opinion, is that Fred can be good, Fred can be decent when he has someone next to him who can do the same job as him, but better. And Pogba is not that player. Pogba's attributes and qualities are very different to that. Pogba cannot help Fred out. So after about 15 minutes, Ole decides to change the formation and go with the 4-3-3, the formation that so many United fans have been crying for quite a long time. But that proved to be even a worse idea. From that point on, United could not do absolutely anything right. Ole stuck with that formation until the half time, and in the second half he went back to the same 4-2-3 formation, but clearly, obviously gave Pogba orders to stay a bit further back, stay a bit more defensively. We managed to not concede a goal mainly because of a couple of world-class saves from 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗏. At around the 60th minute, Daniel James is replaced by 𝗦𝗙isson Cavani. From that point, we gradually start to improve. In the last 20 minutes, we start to improve even more, and we managed to score a beautiful goal with Mason Greenwood to get the 3 points. But of course, the 3 points cannot hide what is obvious, and what will continue to be obvious and probably cause problems if it is not addressed. Until we sort our midfield out, we will have big problems. It is crucial that we bring someone in until the end of the transfer window, especially now that McTominay is unavailable. Ole wants a central midfielder, give him what he wants and what he needs. But we have to also consider that the first games of every season are about trying to find your feet, trying to build a rhythm, trying to build momentum, while at the same time not drop points. Let's not forget that was Varane's first ever game for United, it was Sancho's first start, it was Cavani's first start of the season, and we still have Cristiano Ronaldo to come in. Yes, of course, everyone wants to see Donny van de Beek start in more games, but Wolves away is probably not the right game for that. People have to understand why players are picked and why they are not picked. Solskjaer decided to slip Pogba back with Fred in that double pivot to try and solve last weekend's problems of moving the ball forward. When you play Pogba there, you have to have a player next to him who is more defensive minded, more destroy the opposition's game minded. At the moment, the players that we have who can do that job are McTominay, Matic and Fred. McTominay is injured, Matic is not quick enough, so the only one left was Fred. Donny not do that job. Donny doesn't have the attributes, doesn't have the energy, doesn't have the mentality to do that job, to play next to Pogba and be the destroyer, the dog. So I can understand the argument of we should have brought Donny in at halftime when the first half was so terrible, but not the argument of starting Donny in that game when we know that Pogba is one of the 2 players in the pivot. Yesterday was also Rafael Varane's first game for United and Jadon Sancho's first start for United. Now with Varane, I think we saw straight away what he's going to give our team. He is a world-class player, who immediately improves the entire defense, who calms everyone down. He was absolutely fantastic yesterday, and I am certain that he's just going to give more and more as he adapts more to the Manchester United style of play and to the Premier League. As for Jadon Sancho, I think we saw that he's not yet 100% fit. I think that the plan was from the beginning, regardless of how the game was, to replace him after about 70 minutes as we did. But I'm not worried about Jadon Sancho's performance at all. I think he needs a bit more time to get fitter and to adapt and adjust more to a new league that is obviously more quick and more physical than the German league, and to a team that is probably asking for him some different things than what his role was at Borussia Dortmund. I repeat, I'm not worried about Jadon Sancho at all. I don't think the game helped his performance as well. I think the problems United had in the midfield affected his performance yesterday also. But I do want to see Jadon Sancho play more on the right side. He spent most of yesterday's game on the left. I do want to see him more on the right side because I want to see him build a relationship with 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗧. I think that when Rashford comes back, either Rashford or Pogba are mainly going to be playing, the players who are going to be playing on the left side. So I think Sancho is going to be the one playing in the right. That's why I want to see him from now playing more on the right side, to start build that relationship with 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗧 on the right side of the field. I'm not going to lie, that was a very bad performance. The result doesn't gloss over that very poor performance yesterday, but I'll take it. I'll take the 3 points. Hopefully we won't return from the international break with similar performances. Hopefully we'll return in about 12 days from now, if I'm not mistaken, with much better performances than that one yesterday. The record that Manchester United broke yesterday, 28 consecutive away Premier League games undefeated, is truly incredible. To try and kind of understand how difficult that is, think of all the amazing managers and all the amazing teams that have been in the Premier League throughout all these decades. None of those managers and none of those amazing teams have managed to do something similar. Manchester United became the first team to not lose for 28 consecutive away Premier League games, and they managed to do that with a goal scored by a United youth product. Manchester United breaking records the United way. I want to close this video with a small suggestion / advice. When your team wins games like this, take it and move on. And of course, we all have the right to criticize. So if you want to criticize, do it by all means. But please try and be constructive, useful, helpful, meaningful. What I am trying to say is that it's very easy to point the finger. It's very easy to call names. It's very easy to be abusive. But at the same time, that is very lazy and stupid. That's all for me. That was my first post-match reaction for my new YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to press the like button and please remember to subscribe. Thank you very, very much for watching. I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.